everyone. I'm Margaret Nimmo Holland, the Vice President of External Relations at Lutheran Family Services of Virginia. And I'm pleased today to be joined by the Reverend John Wertz, who's Assistant to the Bishop at the Virginia Synod of the ELCA, and also by Ray Ratke, the CEO of Lutheran Family Services. Thanks for joining me.
Good to be here.
Today, we are here to talk about this great initiative that we've had going on for several weeks now during this COVID-19 pandemic to support our students at the Minnick schools. Ray, I was hoping you could start us off by telling us a little bit about the more than 200 students we serve in our schools.
Sure. Thanks, Margaret. Well, we operate private day schools in 5 areas of the state: Roanoke, Harrisonburg, Wytheville, Bristol, and Wise. The students we serve are K through 12. They're placed in our schools by local school divisions after they've had trouble finding success in a public school, despite additional supports that are provided in schools. So they are referred to us, and most of all of our students have particular challenges. Some are on the autism spectrum, some have emotional disturbances or behavioral issues. Others may have just other learning impairments. They all have generally struggled in public school, and they come to our Minnick schools where we work holistically on both their academics as well as emotions and behaviors.
So I know we've had a lot of discussions internally about the effect of this pandemic on our students. So can you tell us a little bit about how this has affected them?
Absolutely. Well, as I think everyone knows, the governor closed schools, including private day schools. So we immediately had to pivot to providing remote instruction. We worked with worked with about 32 school divisions and worked with them to decide how we would continue, or whether we would be able to continue to work with students referred by those public school divisions. Quickly realized technology was the key to our success in being able to work with students remotely. And we also quickly realized that for a lot of the students we serve, they didn't have Wi-Fi connections, they didn't have a laptop or other devices that they could use to stay connected to us. About 60% of the students we serve qualify for free and reduced fee lunch, which means really struggling to make ends meet. Paying for a laptop or paying for Wi-Fi for many of those families is just not in the budget. And so that's was immediately one of the struggles that we had in providing remote learning.
Well, and that was really a dilemma for us because we did not have enough devices to really get out there and meet those needs right away. And so, John, that's where you and the Synod came in. So tell us a little bit about how you came up with this idea for this initiative at this particular time.
Sure. So as the pandemic continued to go, and we were also, with stay-at-home orders, we were physically distancing ourselves from one another, and churches weren't gathering in person. But we realized it would be really easy for folks to pull inward, to look in toward themselves. I mean, it's a real natural response to what was going on. But at the same time, we know as followers of Jesus that that's not who we're called to be. We're called to care about our neighbor. We're called to care about folks who are the outcast, and the folks who are pushed to the margins, and the folks who we see every day and the folks we don't see every day. And we know that we're called to be the church for the sake of the world. And that's really where we came to with this idea that this was an opportunity, even as we were physically distant, to be connected as the church together with a mission partner, with a ministry partner like Lutheran Family Services of Virginia, to live out our faith in the world, even if we weren't able to be present. And so we reached out and started having this conversation and found out about the needs that Ray was just describing, and saw an opportunity there to help.
So it was so wonderful how quickly this all came together. Can you tell us a little bit about the response that you got when you started talking to pastors throughout the Synod?
Sure. The response was really very positive. We had a lot of congregations who already had strong relationships with Lutheran Family Services, and they were excited to be able to build on those relationships. I can't remember the exact timing, but we had a conversation within a couple of days or weeks. We had this whole thing put together and out to the Synod, and I think as of yesterday, we had about 19 different congregations, groups that were participating. I think we're sponsoring about 29 students, which is really exciting. We set a goal of 25, so we've exceeded that goal. And we know we've got a few congregations that are still in the process of raising funds to continue to support this important work.
And John, we're just thrilled by the response from congregations and from the Synod as a whole. I have to, and want to just also say, appreciate your help with this. And really made it work, and we can't be happier about the support we've received. Just want to tell you a little bit about the impact that it's having on our students and families. At our schools, the relationship between teachers and aides and students are key, and after getting Wi-Fi, students are now able to see their teachers again. They're having at least 3 video contacts per day with each student, between a teacher and aides and the students. So, it's just been key to students have a shot at being successful in this academic year. One great example, we had one student really wanted to invite his teachers over for tacos. So, as part of that day, they organized a virtual taco party. It was, again, one of the things we found is that this process has really allowed us a view into a family, and students have been. It's been a special kind of thing for students to have their teacher meet their dog or otherwise kind of see their home. Academic work continues. It's a great opportunity for families to see their children learning as well, because they're kind of watching the process from home. Many times parents don't see the work that their kids are doing in a school because it's in a school building. So this has made all of that possible, and it's meant a lot to the families we serve. The school year is ending, or has ended at this point, but for many, we're going to continue to serve a couple dozen students in our extended school year throughout the summer, and so they're going to continue to benefit from this gift of having Wi-Fi connections.
And that's really exciting for us. I mean, to be able to make such an immediate impact, to go from the idea and the need to then having the students be able to see their teachers again, is something that we were really excited about being able to help with.
We appreciate it very much.
Well, we are just so excited about this initiative and so grateful for all the quick response that we've gotten. But I have to point out, certainly this is not something new. Lutheran Family Services was founded by Lutherans more than 130 years ago as an orphanage. And so the connection between the congregations and the Synod and our organization has continued throughout all of that time. And we are grateful for all of that history and that foundation that's been laid. But certainly want to give a special thank you to all those who've contributed to this immediate need during the pandemic. I think it's really going to reap rewards well into the future. And so we're very grateful. And I want to thank both of you for your time today. And no doubt we will be in conversation again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.